morning, team, and good morning, Bullitt County. Today is Monday, April 19th, 2021, and Monday certainly does matter. Over the weekend, my father and I, we drove a couple hours away to a small town to take a look at a tractor. We've been in the market for a tractor just to groom up some property that we have, and the tractor, we saw it on Facebook, and the pictures of it looked magnificent. It was a Ford tractor made in the 50s, so, a tractor that's, around 70 years old, but at the surface level, the pictures looked fantastic. The ad stated that the tractor had pretty well been fully restored and that it was parade ready. There was no doubt this tractor was parade ready. It looked really, really good. So my father and I, we were interested, and we drove a couple hours to go see the tractor. And when we pulled up to where it was located at, it was clearly the tractor that we saw in the Facebook ad. And as we got to looking at the tractor and we got to know the tractor a little bit, and we looked at the guts of the tractor, what was under the hood, and we realized that things aren't always what they seem. And one of the first things that we noticed was there was an obvious oil leak. There was oil around the crankcase of the where the engine was, and there was oil in places where it shouldn't be. And when we checked the dipstick on it, the crankcase was only half full of oil. We looked under the tractor, and there was a small puddle of oil, clearly where it had been dripping from somewhere. And there was another puddle of oil not too far away from that. We're not quite sure where that was coming from, but that in itself was highly concerning. The front tires of this tractor appeared to be dry rotting a little bit, and the back tires didn't have the air in them that they needed. They had some give to them, which made us believe that there could be a potential leak in these back tires. So we had some concerns with the tractor, and clearly we ended up not buying it. But I gotta tell you, with the eyeball, the tractor was beautiful. It had a fresh coat of paint on it, a few rust spots, but the seat had been restored, and all in all, it looked like a really good tractor. But the internal workings of it were not up to the same level of par. And I can't help but to think that us as people, we might kind of be like that old tractor. Now, I'm no mechanic, but I have to believe that the engine is going to be the heart of anything with a motor, a vehicle, a tractor, a lawnmower, a go-kart, anything that has a motor. That engine is the heart of that vehicle. And I have to think that we as people, our heart is the engine that keeps us going physically. Without that muscle, without blood moving through that muscle, we don't live. Just like that engine, if the oil is not moving through that engine the way that it's supposed to, that engine is not going to sustain itself for very long. On the surface, for human beings, sometimes things aren't always as they seem. We may dazzle ourselves up, and we may look good in our shirt and our tie, and walk around as if we've got life together. But when you really get into the heart of the human being, we might realize that that's not what people see on the surface. I like Charlie Jones's quote. He was a leadership guru from years past, and he said that 5 years from now, you're going to be the same person you are today, except for two things. He said that's the people that you meet and associate with, and the books that you read. I do believe that these are great influences on people's lives, including myself, that do make a difference every day. And just like that tractor needs oil in its crankcase, remember that crankcase was only half full of oil. That dipstick should be showing full. Just like the human being. If somebody were to check my dipstick, I hope my crankcase is full. And I hope it's full of stuff that's worthy of our time, that's worthy of our attention, that's going to make a positive difference in our lives so that we can transfer that positivity to other people. Food for thought this Monday morning. Mondays matter. So do you.